Thank you. I'm in a very good place, and I want what I'm saying today to get back to Von Cook, if it's possible. If you guys agree with what I'm going to say, one of the greatest concerns I had. Now we hear a whole lot about pain, but there's other kinds of pain too. Mental pain, for one, is my mother died from dementia, and my father also had very much signs of that when he finally passed on. And I have a classmate of mine, same age as I am, I'm 72, who is in severe dementia or Alzheimer's. We're not really sure yet, but he doesn't even recognize his own son. And it's his son that told me this. It just hurts them to no end. Uh, I noticed about after after suffering a pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in the lung, I went into the hospital, and when I came out, they put me under for a while, and they brought me off the anesthesia too rapidly, and it caused an amnesia in my brain. That's what I was told by a nurse, and it took a couple of months for me to work back to semi-efficiency. And I was a realtor at the time. It was very hard to write contracts and even remember numbers or sometimes clients' names, people that I knew quite well. I was really getting concerned about that because of the heritage that I had in my genetic stream. When Bob Byram's is a family dear friend of mine for a long time. I've known his family for quite a while, and I called him one day about early January, and I knew he was very successful in network marketing, and I wanted to ask him some questions about how he was doing and things. And he told me about this and sent me a short chance to look at it. And I know a little bit about quantum physics, and so in fact, it's always intrigued me. So I said, yeah, I'd like to try that. I'd like to do that. I'm a network marketer. I don't have any fear of that, but what I came in for, and Bob never really understood this, it wasn't pain. Yes, I have pains. Everybody has had pains, but and it's a very important thing. Pain is a real part of your experience. But uh, what I was most concerned about was my memory, and because I'm a writer. I've been a writer. I've done 17 books for clients, and I'm very good at English, but I was beginning to not remember how to spell words, common words, in fact. And another thing that was bothering me, especially in network marketing, is I couldn't remember the pathway to get to something on the internet. I just couldn't figure out, oh no, another password. I have to remember a password for Pete's sakes. I couldn't do that. And so I had to have a list of things like that. And it was getting to be quite a paranoia for me. So when I came into this, I mentioned this to Carl earlier on, that is there anything for memory in the library? I don't see anything about memory in there. And maybe I can be a guinea pig because that's one of my concerns. And but I was exploring the website, and I found the bonus boosts that Dr. Cook had put together, he and Ron Spencer, others. And two of those intrigued me. One was called Prosperity. That's a thing in the Library of Healing, Prosperity. That's interesting. Another one was Resolve. And it occurred to me that you can't have prosperity without memory. You can't, you won't enjoy prosperity if you have no memory, if you can't find the pathway to something. Same thing for resolve. How can you resolve to do something if you don't remember what it is you're going to do? How can you resolve to do something? Yeah, it is funny, Dan, but it's also paralyzing. It's a fear, and it's a tremendous trauma internally, just like just like what Carl goes through when he talks about his eyesight. When I'm a cerebral man, you can see it in my eye, in my brow up here. When you can't remember things or remember people that are close to you, and that is a trauma that sets in and paralyzes you. It keeps you from doing anything, and especially network marketing. Uh, So those were things that were of great concern to me, and I'm bringing these up personally because I want you to realize what I discovered. This technology is working on your whole being. That spark that you did or that you will do, it's working on everything that your body, which is, according to Dr. Cook, is 98% of your being is your body. Only 2% is your brain, where your self consciousness is housed. I picked that up from one of his videos. So, get this. I want you to understand what I'm really saying to you is that I didn't find anything in the library that had to do directly with memory. And this is the reason I want Dr. Cook to hear my testimony today. The only things that I found where I could attach the little word phrase memory to it was resolve and prosperity. And I thought, man, maybe, but then I forgot about that. No pun intended in that statement, but I just went on to the other things like the reality of pain and indigestion and things like that are in the library. Until about a week and a half ago, I noticed that I was remembering again where I put something. Even if it was a trivial little thing like a pair of reader glasses or something like that. I could remember what I had in the breast pocket of one of my tuxedos, or where I put something in the car. And I said, no, I know where I put that. Boy, that's a big thing for a guy like me and for what I was experiencing. I could remember that I said to somebody that I was going to call them, and I knew their name and I knew their phone number. And so I just pick up the phone and call them. And because I said I would the next day. Things like that were very, very, very important to me. And I started being a witness to myself that, oh, gee, something is happening in my brain. I'm remembering things now again, like I used to. I can remember how to spell words that I was forgetting all the time. When I was playing piano in public right now, I can't play in public because of all the lockdown, but people would tell me their name and I would ask their name because they were liking the music I was playing on piano. And a minute later, I couldn't remember their name. I'd have to say, now, your name again was, and sometimes 3 or 4 times. And then I started having a notebook with me so I could try and remember them. And that is a trauma that goes deep into the heart and soul of a person. And I'm beginning to understand that this is working on all of my body simultaneously, and that the very thing that I was most concerned about is coming back into me. And with that comes the byline. The byline is confidence, happiness, joy, caring, can-do attitude. That's what comes with it. When you begin to realize that you're experiencing a healing of sorts, oh my God, the world is awesome. Thank you. It is awesome. And it's because life is coming back into you again. You can function like you want to. I'm not going to end up in a bed somewhere with no memory of where I was or who I was or anything like that. That's not going to happen. I'm going to live my life vitally all the way to the end, whenever that is. And I'm going to live it with a caring and loving heart for people too. Boy, in all circumstances. So that's what it's doing for me. Hope it does it for you too. It will if you give it a try.